We got to take a mid-season exam of the Oregon Ducks. They're sitting at number 6 in the country. They are 7-1 after 8 games, and there's a lot of questions surrounding this team. Are they a legitimate national championship contender? Is Dante Moore any good? Are the coaches bad? Does Will Stein suck? Everything in between. I put out a PSA to Oregon fans a week ago telling them, settle down, man. Oregon fans have graduated to the new level of fandom. That when I was playing, Oregon Ducks fan, we were just happy to win football games, and we won a lot of them. Started in 1999. I was like, oh my God. Fans were just so excited. Didn't matter what the score looked like. Just happy to win them. And then you graduate to a place where now you expect to win these football games. And you're putting up big numbers. You're blowing people out. Just the expectation. And now Oregon fans have been winning and good for so long and hungry for a national championship that you graduated to the point of being unhappy in wins, being disgruntled. Sound like Alabama fans right now. Now, on one hand, there's nothing wrong with that because there's a higher expectation that you have for your team. Now, the other part is you got to understand that you're not going to blow everybody out every game, every year. And we are in the new age of college football where you got to divorce yourself from that old thinking. You're not going to go undefeated every single year. The national champion last year just lost 2 games. They lost to the Oregon Ducks at home in Eugene. They lost an inexplicable game to Michigan, an inferior team, didn't have a quarterback, shouldn't even be able to compete on the same field with them. And guess what? These are the sorts of things that are going to happen in this era of college football. Let's look at the 7-1 Oregon Ducks. Nationally, there feels like that there's some doubt crept in after the Indiana loss because people, for some reason, do not want to believe that Indiana is a great football team. They want to, yeah, Indiana's cool, Indiana's good, but it's Indiana. The interesting part is that's the way thoughts used to be about Oregon. Yeah, they're good, but they're on the West Coast. Like they're not for real, for real. Oregon is now 7-1. They've beaten Montana State, Oklahoma State, Northwestern, which turned out to be a much better win than thought initially, Oregon State, at Penn State, Indiana, Rutgers, and Wisconsin. Now, a lot of people have thrown complete cold water on that Penn State win, but you can't because, number one, Happy Valley is a tough place to go and win in a whiteout. And Oregon is the team that broke Penn State. Penn State put all of their hopes and dreams on beating Oregon this year. This was their game to prove that we can win the big one. And then Oregon broke their hearts, broke their team. They fired the coach. They might turn out to regret that all because of an Oregon loss. Is this team a national championship contender? 100% yes. Is if you get into the tournament, you're not going to really pay, like everybody has a chip and a chair. Now, I do believe that there's only a few teams that can win either 3 or 4 games and make it to the national championship and win it. There's only a couple teams that can actually do that. But the truth is, if you get in the tournament, you just got to get hot in the tournament. And styles make fights. So you got to get lucky a little bit with not playing somebody who matches up well against you. Your quarterback is healthy. Your defense is healthy. All those sorts of things have to line up now. Where, you know, in the BCS era, when I was playing and we didn't get to the national championship, it was because the computers didn't put you in against Miami. But you only got to win 1 game. And then when they expanded to 4, then you only had to win 2 games. Now you got to win 3 or 4, which is much more difficult. So I do believe that this is still a national championship team. I came into the season with a floor of 10-2. I thought this team would go no worse than 10-2. And then after the Penn State game, I was like, oh, I think the floor is probably 11-1. And now, after losing the Indiana game, it's hard to argue that the floor is not at least what I thought it was initially at 10-2, but I'm still putting it at 11-1 because I do believe this team can win out, but I don't believe that they finish any worse than 10-2. The truth is, Oregon is a young football team, and young football teams are inconsistent. And this is why you've seen some inconsistency with the offense. While the defense has largely been consistent all season, and the thing that has been able to carry this football team and give the offense an opportunity to fix a lot of the things, get more consistent. Yes, it is frustrating, but this is what you're going to deal with young teams. Now, Dante Moore. So let's start with the quarterback. Dante Moore. If I told you in the preseason that we would look up and Dante Moore would be completing 71% of his passes for 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions, especially when people were questioning his heart, they were questioning his ability after his UCLA time. Oh, I don't know about this kid. I don't know. And the national media echoed that sentiment. Dante overall playing very good football. Did he have a good game against Indiana? No. No, he didn't. But that's the reality of things, is that you still do have to grow and get better. The one thing that you want to see out of Dante is that you do want to see him come back for next season. I mean, if we look at Bo Nix his junior year versus his senior year, his senior year versus his super senior year, them are not the same guy. I believe that you would see the similar progression in Dante Moore, except for he's even more talented than Bo Nix was. As he continues to grow, as he continues to mature and get better, things are going to be even better for him, I believe. Now, this offense overall, let's look at him. Here's the truth, because there's been frustration with Will Stein. Oh, he's not good enough. He's not this. He's not that. Oh, it's interesting. A lot of other people want him to be their head coach and want him to be their offensive coordinator because he has put up top 10 offense after top 10 offense. It's the number 3 ranked offense in the Big Ten behind USC and Indiana. And you know where that puts him? Number 10 in the nation, 483.9 yards per game. I think that's good, right? The number 3 team in the Big Ten and number 6 in the nation for points per game, 41.3. I think that's good too. The number 1 rushing offense in the Big Ten, 237 yards per game. The number 8 rushing offense in the entire country. What are we talking about? The number 9 passing team in the Big Ten. And I know that people are like, well, see, look, number 9 in passing. See, that's where the problem is. That's where growth has to happen. You are having a young wide receiver core. Your best wide receiver right now is a true freshman in Dekorien Moore. If your best players are true freshmen, your team is not going to be excellent all the time. They are going to have some inconsistent moments. Oregon is averaging 19 completions per game. Now, is that going to be enough to set records? No. You're going to need to be up around 28, 29 for guys to get even more catches and all of that stuff. But the reality is this offense is efficient. It's streaky at times. But when they get it rolling, it is one of the most difficult to stop in the entire country. Dekorien Moore, 28 catches, 443 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. Would you like to see him up about 40 catches right now? Sure, right? But this is the way. If Evan Stewart were there, who we believe that they'll get back in November, provided that there's no setbacks, that's going to help this wide receiver room. Gary Bryant Jr. has been a good addition. He's been reliable. He has been a veteran in the room. That's good. Same thing with Malik Benson. They both made plays, scored touchdowns, all that. Jeremiah McClellan, he's coming on as a young player. And then you look at the future. Kyle Casper's out for the season. Cooper Perry, they're super excited about him. They like some of the other young wide receivers as well. Oh, we haven't seen a lot of Justice Lowe this year, but he was a good player last year as well. This wide receiver room is good. They're just inexperienced. And when you add Evan Stewart back in, that could be the game changer for this offense and this pass game. The tight ends, Kenyon, Sadiq, and Jamari Johnson. The future is bright and the present is good. Like the present is really good. They're physical blockers. They catch the ball. There's nothing to complain about at the wide receiver room at all. You just would like to see guys get even more touches. But this offense is a running offense first. It is the way you protect the young quarterback, the way you protect young wide receivers, playing great defense, which Oregon is doing right now, making sure that your offense doesn't turn the ball over. And yes, there have been some spells against Indiana where you're like, oh man, we can't score right now. Yeah, that is going to happen, but you are not supposed to be playing your best football in October. You have to win games in October. You got to win games in November and then be playing your best in December and then in January. Sustained success like that is not in terms of offensive efficiency, having your best games every week. Oregon fans are flying too close to the sun right now. Think about with your own family. When somebody says, "Oh my God, your kids are great. Your wife's amazing. Your husband's amazing," and you sitting there, are you talking about the same person that don't wash the dishes without me telling them? The same people that leave clothes on the floor, same person that leave the milk carton, the top off the milk carton. That's what you're talking about. So the problems look bigger when you're closer to them. But other people are like, man, I would trade that in a heartbeat for what I got. It's because you're so close to it. That's why it feels like that. The future is bright. And the now is good as well. Noah Whittington, you got to put him in like that Travis Dye situation. Good running back. Is he special? No. But is he very good? Yes. Might he go to the NFL even and get a shot? Potentially. Then you look at the next guy who could be the lead back now and in the future, Jordan Davidson. This kid, if he continues upon this progression, he's going to be special. He's going to go down with the Jonathan Stewarts and the Royce Freemans and, all of the top stat piling running backs and dynamic running backs in Oregon history. De'Air Hill, kid is good. He's electric. He's still got to find his way a little bit. Coach's got to find a way to use him even more. But when he touches the ball, could be touchdowns. I know that Jaden Lamar has been hurt and banged up. Mekhi Hughes is transferring. Riggs has been banged up some. But this running back room is good. Might they need some help from the high school ranks? Yes, because you might have some defections via transfer, being that the young guys are so dynamic, but you probably won't be getting anybody in the portal. So overall, this offense is really good. Will Stein's doing a good job. Is it perfect? No. But you need growth to continually be happening. You like the fact that they're running into obstacles now, that they're running into spells where the first 4 drives against Wisconsin don't look good, but then they figure it out in bad weather conditions. Those are important things for the future. And then you look at what this defense has been able to do. This defense is fast. They are physical. I will say there needs to be some improvement in the linebacker in terms of contact. Now, they've been sure tackling in terms of getting people down for the most part, but it's been forward progress instead of, if you think about what would happen on 3rd and 1, linebacker running full speed, their running back running full speed, 3rd and 1, they meet at the line of scrimmage. Right now, what do you believe will happen? He'll fall forward for the first down. We just need more of the stoning and the pushback. That's where the linebackers can improve because they've been really good in coverage. Bryce Betcher, Devon Jackson, add in Jerry Mixon in the middle as well. Like, there's some hope for the future, but this is a group that does need to be better in terms of fitting, getting off blocks, and all of that, because the defensive line has been doing a very good job. You think about the additions of Bear Alexander, what Amari Washington has been able to do. He's positioning himself to potentially be a first-round draft pick. Mateo Uiagalelei is still doing a good job. Tatum Tuioti's an NFL player as well. And then the future with Terrence Green, Sione Gray, Austin Porter, Blake Purchase. The future is bright for this defense, and also the right now is excellent as well. This is the number 3 defense in the Big Ten in terms of yards per game. 239 yards per game. Oh, but George, they're allowing people to rush too much. They're terrible in the red zone. It's also the number 4 team in the nation in yards given up per game. Number 4 in the entire nation. And remember this, yards don't beat you, points beat you. And they're not allowing yards. And they're not allowing a lot of points either. This is the number 1 pass defense in the entire country. 124.6 yards per game given up. And number 1 in the nation pass defense. You don't get the number 1 pass defense without getting pressure, without your linebackers doing a good job in coverage. You don't do that. But George, the red zone defense is so bad. The red zone defense has not been great. When they get inside of the 25s, but there has been limited opportunities compared to many other teams in the country. They're only allowing people to play in between the 25s. That's it. They're allowing you to play in between the 25s, and that's it. And if you get inside 25, yeah, you probably go score. So is that an area of improvement? Yes. But when you're only giving up, when you're the number 1 pass defense in the country, and 2, you're the number 8 rush defense in the country, 114.1 yards per game. Number 8 in the nation against the run. But I thought you gave up too many running yards. No, those are on first drives and sometimes on second drives when teams are still on their script, when they have drawn up plays and they're like, ooh, this will work. And then as soon as Oregon adjusts to it, they're not able to do it. And then they're number 7 in the nation in points per game allowed, 13.7. But I thought the sky was falling. Thought this defense sucks. Thought they give up too many yards. Red zone defense is bad. You got to look at the total picture. Anybody in the nation would be happy to have the number 1 pass defense, number 8 rush defense, and number 7 in the nation in points per game allowed. That gives you a chance to win every single week. And so when people wonder, is this team a national championship contender? The answer is yes. If the offense continues to play well and continues to grow and take leaps, and its defense does what it does and makes the adjustments from the Indiana game. And truthfully, the defense played well enough in the Indiana game to win. The offense was just so putrid in the game that they kept putting the defense in bad positions. Hey, I'm just a truth teller around here. No sugarcoating it. So the outlook for this team for the rest of the season, because everybody is so scared. Oh my gosh, they got to play Iowa. And Iowa fans have been talking cash trash this year. And I appreciate them for that. Oh, I appreciate them for that because they believe that Oregon's going to go into Iowa, which is an amazing environment, hostile environment. Teams go there to die, except for the really, really good ones. They believe that they are going to be able to run all over Oregon and not pass the football. So you mean to tell me, and now mind you, Iowa is ranked better in run defense than Oregon is, and we're going to have a whole preview of that at the beginning of next week. But you think that the number 1 pass defense on one of the worst passing offenses in the country is going to have problems? No, right? No sensible person thinks that. But the number 8 rush defense in the country, you add that up and you put that with Iowa and the fact that you ain't got to cover these dudes, that you can leave your safeties and corners all by themselves and put more help into the box. Man, come on. This is a game that Oregon can absolutely win. Iowa's not scoring more than 13 points in this game. They're not. And if Oregon can find a way to get early at about 21 points, they can get up 21-3. Oh, Iowa's then going to have to throw the ball a lot more. This game could be a runaway because that's when interceptions are going to happen. I don't have a high threat level for this game because I don't believe that Iowa's going to be able to score enough points to beat Oregon. And I know that Iowa's had some successful, special teams and successful games against Minnesota and against Wisconsin offensively, but a lot of those were due to turnovers. Iowa gave up 28 points to Rutgers. 28 points to Rutgers. Let's just keep it real. But then it's also the team that kept Indiana to 20 points. But they still lost. And then you look at the Minnesota game. PJ Fleck's team is tough. This is a very winnable game in Autzen Stadium. And then you got USC. Number 1 pass defense in the country. The number 1 pass offense in the country. Good on good. Somebody's got to win, right? But then you think about USC is allowing a lot of rushing yards. Oregon's going to have the clear advantage there. This is going to be a game that if Oregon can force USC into passing the ball a lot, and don't let them run it because that's what Lincoln Riley's offense is predicated upon. The threat of the run and then fancy stuff and then whoop, whoop, throw it over your head. Simple. Hard to execute, but simple game plan. Then that at Washington game, I believe it's going to be tough. The only thing that can not make the Washington game quite as tough is if the Jed Fish rumors because that's the last game of the season, and coaches will be leaving after that game, is if the Jed Fish to UCLA, Florida, LSU, any of those rumors, that noise start getting very, very loud, then you're going to have a problem for Washington. This is what it is, man. This is a very good football team. The future is bright, and the present is looking good. So this is the midseason report. There's nothing to fret about this team. They are good now, and you want them to continue progressing and getting better toward the end of this season because it is going to be a good situation. And you guys, relax. I'm George Wrighster, former NFL player, former Oregon Duck, college football player, and college football analyst for CW. Make sure that you check me out this weekend as well on CW for the Virginia Tech Louisville game. Peace out. Catch you later.